Hello, it's Miss Baynard here with a review video about corresponding sides and corresponding angles. So this should look pretty familiar. This was actually on your most recent QPC. So let's go ahead and read the directions. Here's a diagram showing triangle ABC and some transformations of triangle ABC. So here we go, we have triangle ABC. We have it on both sides, left and right, triangle ABC. On the left side, so now this triangle here, triangle ABC has been reflected across line AC. So this is our line of reflection, line AC on our left side diagram. To form quadrilateral ABCD. So you're talking about this entire quadrilateral ABCD. And then let's go ahead and switch colors. It's not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to try to switch colors. That way, you know what we're talking about. Okay, so on the right side, so that's this quadrilateral. Triangle ABC has been rotated 180 degrees using midpoint M as the center. So the center rotation is M, so that's our center rotation. And we're rotating 180 degrees. And because we're rotating 180 degrees, it doesn't matter if we're going clockwise or counterclockwise because we'll end up at the exact same position. So now let's see, what exactly do they want us to do? So using what we know about rigid transformations, side lengths, and angle measures, label as many lengths. So label as many lengths and angle measures as you can in quadrilaterals A, B, C, D, and so you want to do both, and quadrilateral A, B, C, E. That's this one. So down here, I have a copy of a triangle ABC. It's a loose copy. It's not exactly 100%, but close enough. So this simulates you tracing this triangle on your tracing paper. So it lines up pretty good. And we're actually going to reflect triangle ABC across line AC. So what you would do on your tracing paper is trace and then, of course, actually reflect it. And then make sure that you line up your lines of reflection. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to rotate my triangle ABC so that way we can line it up. All right, so that's lined up good enough. And of course, in your tracing paper, you want to make sure it's exact. So as we can see is point A, point C, and this is point B. So point B is actually underneath point D here. So instead of B prime, it would just be point D. The reason why we want to point this out is this tells us what our corresponding sides and angles are. So we know that side BA or AB is 2.7 in length. And since now we have side AB again, we know that that's the corresponding side. So that's 2.7 in length. So we can go ahead and label that. So we can label that side 2.7. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep a list here of our corresponding sides and angles. So we know that AB corresponding side is AD. All right, so this side BC or CB is 3.2. And again, with our reflected image, this side is side BC. So we know that that's 3.2. So we can label that side as 3.2. And here's at our corresponding sides here, just for reference. So we know that side BC's corresponding side is CD. And again, this point that B is covering up is side CD. So I can actually move that out of the way. And so now we have our corresponding sides labeled. Okay, I'm going to put that back. So now let's label our corresponding angles. So we know that angle B is 64.3 degrees. So this means that angle B prime, or as they give it to us in the image, angle D, is also going to be 64.3 degrees. So we can actually label that as well. So 64 degrees. Actually make that a little smaller just so it fits better. All right, so now I can go ahead and remove our traced image. So now we know that side AD, which is the corresponding side to AB, side here, is 2.7 in length. We know that side BC's corresponding side in the new image is side CD, which is here, which is 3.2. And we know that angle B angle is angle D. Since we know that, we know the measurement of angle D, which also has to be 64.3 degrees. Okay, now on to the figure on the right. So we are rotating triangle ABC 180 degrees around the midpoint M. So again, I'm going to put my traced triangle ABC. I'm going to line that with my actual figure. Okay. One of the things we need to make sure that we do is put our, we specify on our traced image where the center of rotation is. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that on there. Click that. All right, so now we have our traced image, and now we can rotate 180 degrees. Again, you would actually use your protractor, make sure that point M is in the middle, and then you want to make sure that you line up AC with 0 degrees, and that way you can actually measure 180. So we're actually going to just go ahead and turn 180 degrees. And then make sure that our center points line up here. So I'm going to put my green M on point M. And so now you can see this should be our rotated image of triangle ABC. So where there used to be, so this is now point C. Point A is down here and B is here. So you remember a couple of days ago we talked about what happens when we rotate a line segment, right? Segment AB. Segment AC 180 degrees around its midpoint, right? The endpoints actually swap. So whatever used to be on the left is now on the right. Whatever used to be on the right is now on the left. So that makes sense why this used to be AC, but now it's CA. So this point here is C in purple, and this point here is now A in orange. So we know that side, using what we know about corresponding sides, side BA is 2.7, right? Side BA is 2.7. So now we have to find side BA. And that's on this side in the new image, because this is B and this is A. So we know that that side is 2.7. So we're going to drag this over here. Okay, now going back to what we know in our original figure, we know that side BC, right, side BC is 3.2. So now we have to find the new side BC, the corresponding side to side BC, and that's 3.2. So that's going to be this side up here. And that's 3.2. All right, let me go ahead and update our corresponding side and angle list. So we know that, let's put a break here, because now we're talking about the right figure. So we know that AB, side AB here, corresponding side is, let me make sure I spell that correctly. Corresponding side to side AB is the new AB, which is actually CE. Is CE. And then we know that the corresponding side to side BC, corresponding side is the new BC, and that's going to be up here, which is actually AE.